Hello traders, this is day number 26 of small cap market open trading. I've written a trading plan specifically to trade small cap stocks because they're notoriously volatile and they're also unreliable, but they're extremely popular, especially with new traders to trade. So I want to come up with a plan and test it and try, first of all, to make it profitable, and second of all, to allow you to take at least 100 trades with it and not blow up your account. So far we are profitable 26 days in. This morning I was looking for trades, but there was nothing on the screener. I mean, there were a few stocks, but nothing played out on the chart. So I'll show you all of that in detail. First, I want to show you that I did not take any trades today. I'm not trying to hide anything. So let's go to my orders here. Let me make this a little bit larger. So you can see here under filled, my last trade was with PERI, and that was on the 26th, and today is the 28th. So yesterday I just wasn't around to trade, but this morning I was, but there was nothing. So it's really important to also know when not to trade, when not to take a trade, and I can show you exactly how I knew not to take a trade today. So first of all, I'll show you my screener and show you how I pick these stocks each day. Also, there was a question about how I get price to show up on the screener. I'm not sure if they were talking about the price filter or here, but if you go into the screener and then click on filters, well, let me show you from the My Screeners view. You have to either use one of the default screeners or make your own screener. I have videos showing how to do that. Click on three little dots here, click modify. I don't know why it's lagging now. I guess my computer's been on all day. Filters, so click on that, and then make sure you select price here. If you don't, you won't see the price filter. And then I believe price is up here by default. If it's not, you click over here and select it from this list right there. So once I have my filter set up, I click volume. So I organize the list by volume. That way I'm only seeing the stocks that are trading with the highest volume. I never go beyond the first page. And then I'm looking for a percent change of 5% or more. This is much later in the day. It's 2:30 right now. I was trading right at the open. So some of these were not up here, like TRIT was not there. And so looking for that 5% change, and then volume of 500,000 shares or more, but that's right at the open. So right now it's much later. So anyway, there was really only a few stocks that met that criteria, and you'll see them in the video. You'll see me pull them up. Looks like I left the video playing. Let me go back here. So this is right at the open. HUT was one of them, but it disappeared off the screener. I'm not sure why, but when any stock, it could be because of the market cap went above my market cap setting or something like that. I'm not sure exactly why, but whenever the stock disappears from my screener, I take it off of the chart page, because that is all part of the trading plan, is to only trade stocks that come up from my screener. So anyway, let's keep moving on here. We'll see what else popped up. So DCRC, but it did not have a 200 moving average on the daily chart, and that is one of my criteria in my trading plan, that we must see a 200 moving average on the daily chart. Otherwise, in my eyes, it's a little bit riskier of a trade because there isn't as much history there. So all right, let's keep moving forward. BTBT here, this one has a 200 moving average, but the price was trading below it. The reason why I keep going back to one chart and then expanding again is because that's the easiest way to get rid of the ticker symbols. You could overwrite them, but if you don't want to look at the chart while you're waiting for something else to pop up on the screener, just go to one single chart view and then go back to that 9 chart view. That's the easiest way. Same thing there, I guess on CAN, it didn't have the daily chart requirement. Let's keep moving forward. So you can see what kind of a day it is so far. It's already about 5 minutes into the open, and there's nothing that I'm even watching right now. So that's already a bad sign, saying that, you know, the market doesn't really have much to offer today, at least in the small cap segment, at least according to my trading plan, which is all that matters to me. So PBF, this one looked the best out of all of the stocks. And so I start marking out my levels, and the first level is the high of day, the first high of day. And actually that's the second level. The first level is that it breaks through the previous session high, and it did that. I just didn't put the line out yet. And then it establishes the first high of day and the second high of day. It's already done all of that stuff. So now I can enter on the pullback from that second high of day. here I'm just looking for the previous high. Let me just fast forward. So now I have previous high, first high of day, and then that white line is the second high of day. That is when I can look for an entry on these small cap stocks according to my plan. So now I'm just waiting for a 1 minute candle to make a new high. Let's suppose that this candle broke out above that red candle right now. I would have to enter based on my plan, but that didn't happen. So what I like to see is a few candles pull back and then enter, but that doesn't always happen. So whatever the first 1 minute candle to make a new high after pulling back from this level, that's where I enter. So I'm waiting for that to happen. A very important detail is that you must decide where you think that the trade has failed or the stock has gotten weak during this pullback. So I trade the ABCD pattern, and that's kind of built into this chart here. Let me see if I have a better view of it. Let me go back to where we're seeing the whole pattern here. Okay, here we go. We can use it here. Let me just pause it. So here's point A, and then point B is the top of this red candle, and point C is the bottom of this red candle. I have a video on the ABCD pattern if you're not familiar with it or how to read it. So that's the first one, and then that establishes the first high of day. So the second ABCD pattern is the one that I'm trading in this small cap plan, and the reason why I'm waiting for a second ABCD pattern to set up is because that is the way that I'm guaranteeing that there is actual strength in the stock and that's not just some kind of pump or something like that. Then there's another criteria to guarantee that this thing is really strong, is not just that it's started a second ABCD pattern, but that it's actually held. What do I mean by that? So if this is point A of the second pattern, and then up here at the top of this red candle is B, then point C, which is going to happen during the pullback, cannot go below point A. If it does, then I've given up on the stock, and generally I just stop trading at that point because that means that whatever's going on in the market today is not really aligning with my plan. So why take a chance on taking a trade? So let's fast forward here and we'll see what happens. So there's where I mark out where the stock is weak in my eyes, and if the price comes down below that level, I cannot take an entry. So let's see what happens here. I'm just fast forwarding. A few other stocks popped up on the screener, BITF, but it did not even break out through its previous high, so that's looking pretty weak so far. Then you had something like a VLTA, which looked kind of decent. It was chopping around a lot, but did not have the daily chart requirement. It was trading below the 200 MA on the daily, so I can't take a trade on that no matter what. And then here is PBF. It's now trading below that level, so I can no longer look for an entry. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I have to stop trading at this point no matter what, even though I have not taken a trade yet, because the market is telling me, hey, the small caps are weak today. We're not going to give you what you want, so why should I give them any money? That's basically how I interpret it. And that's all part of trading discipline and trading your plan. That's what my plan says to do. So I'm just simply doing what my plan says. That's all. All right, so fast forwarding. I don't think there's anything else. I meant to pull up my screener before I stopped recording, but I don't think I did. But every single ticker symbol you saw me pull up, those were the only ones that were popping up on the screener, and I actually pulled some of them up as they were reaching that 500,000 shares of volume. So everything was kind of low volume that was going up in the small caps. That's another sign that there's weakness. So PBF may have reversed and given a 2-hour trade. I don't know, but that's completely outside of my plan, and if I would have taken any trades after this point, it would have been a break of my plan, which is just not a good thing to do, even if you get a green trade. And those statistics are meaningless, and you have destroyed your discipline basically at that point, because if you can break your plan today, you're going to be able to break it tomorrow and the next day and so on and so forth. And the scary thing is when you might not realize it, because say you break the plan today and then tomorrow you say, okay, I'm going to trade better. I'm not going to break my plan. I got lucky yesterday. I got a winning trade even though it wasn't part of my plan. And then the next day, things set up according to your plan, and it's easy for you to stay inside of your plan. You take a trade and you win it or you lose it, doesn't matter. But hey, you say, oh, I was good today. I didn't break my plan, and I've reestablished my discipline as a trader. But that's not really the case, because the trades just worked out where they followed your plan exactly, and it was easy to stay within your plan. So then the next time something comes around that doesn't follow your plan, you're almost guaranteed to break it. So that's kind of the message that I want to get out in this video, is that following your plan every single day is so important, no matter what the market is doing. Even if you have to sit out and not take a trade, or if you have to take 3 losers in a row and stop trading because that's what your plan came up with for the day and that's what the market brought. That's just the way it is. And if you don't trade the exact same way every single day and trade according to your plan every single day, you really have no chance in the long run in the stock market, in my opinion. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. And as always, go into every single trade with a plan. That's what we talked about this whole video. Stick to it no matter what. Always take your stop losses, honor your profit targets, and in the long run, you should be green. Take care.